Oh my gosh. Okay, what do you love about InnerVarsity?
Um, what I love about InnerVarsity is, how do you mean the question?
Like, what aspects of it? Like the camaraderie, getting closer to God?
Okay. Um, I think probably the biggest thing I love about InnerVarsity is um, seeing people grow and seeing other people help each other grow, and just sort of the kind of mentoring and discipling relationships that people have. Just so many people um, who have the desire to watch other people grow and experience God for the first time or in a new way. Um, and yeah,
Okay,
just yeah.
great answer. What does it mean for you to seek a closer relationship with God through InnerVarsity?
Through InnerVarsity, I think what that looks like for me is just continually challenging myself in how I can grow, and seeing the ways that I can be stretched in my faith. Um, so when I first came to Carthage, I was very shy and not a people person. But then when I became a leader, I had to do a proxy station where we talk to people about a topic on campus and then sort of introduce them to Jesus and how Jesus fits into that topic on our campus. So that was super awkward for me to put myself out there and talk to people. Um, so that was a big area of growth and really stretched me. And so um, now I'm much more of a people person, and it's really easy to do those things.
How has being in fellowship with other believers helped your faith walk at Carthage?
Um, I think being in fellowship is super important. Just one for encouragement. Whether it's going through a difficult time or whether it's celebrating something good that happened. It's always nice to be around encouraging people who are always just kind of looking to help you and um, and to see you grow also. Um, yeah, and there's also a sense of accountability in that too. In um, just not being afraid to tell you when you know you're not quite doing something right, or you could do something better, or um, this is how you can improve. And so it's just kind of that continuous growth and people looking out for one another.
Describe an experience you felt was most rewarding in InnerVarsity.
Um, I think the experience that has been most rewarding for me is when I led a small group, and just having led a small group in a Bible study throughout the year. Um, just watching people grow closer to God and be challenged and to take those challenges, and and to see so many leaders come from that small group and then kind of turn around and lead their own groups and events and other things around campus has been super rewarding to see that what I did had an impact and caused other people to want to share that impact with more people as well.
Describe an experience where you felt the most challenged in your faith, and did InnerVarsity help with that in any way?
Um, I think the biggest challenge I've had in terms of faith was 2 years ago at fall conference. Had a very intense moment with God. Um, my family's been going through some super difficult times the last few years, and I had been traveling home very frequently to spend time and support them. And called me to stay on campus and to sort of put him first over my family. So that was a big challenge, as family had always come first in my life. So he kind of just called me to stay on campus and be a bigger influence here, rather than to spend so much of my time at home. And so that was definitely the hardest challenge that I faced. But it was good to have people around me encouraging me, and knowing that following what he asked me to do was the right thing, and to see that by staying on campus and continuing to lead my small group had a much bigger impact on the lives of the people here than it did in my home.
Frick, what's your passcode?
0321.
Okay. Two more questions. Describe a time where you found the most joy in Ivy.
When I personally?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think every year around Thanksgiving, Christmas time, we always pack gifts in boxes as part of Operation Christmas Child, and I think that's always a huge time of joy throughout the year, just seeing people able and wanting to give to kids around the world that just aren't as fortunate as we have been here in America. And so just seeing so much joy in people wanting to give and to serve and to do something kind for someone else. It's always just a fun time, not only to give the boxes, but to have fellowship with one another. And yeah, it's always an exciting time of the year.
What is your favorite activity you partake in at Ivy, like conferences, worship nights, and how have those helped your faith in a different way than normal large group?
Definitely conferences have been my favorite part. One, because it's the worship is always so diverse. So seeing a change from kind of Carthage culture of mostly white people to going to a conference where there's more diverse campuses like Milwaukee and MSOE, where they have a much more interracial student body and just worshiping in different languages and different styles. It's always very exciting to see kind of what other people consider normal, and sort of the response that people have to different styles of worship. So that's always a very exciting part. But I think the other thing with conferences is that they're always a lot more challenging, and they're very intensive. So going through a whole weekend or a whole week of just going through intensive studies and seminars and learning so much at once, and being able to bring that back to campus just has such a much larger impact personally and with the people that you interact with on campus. It's definitely much more intense than what you would get on a Tuesday night at large group. Yeah, and plus you just get to meet people from other campuses and network and build connections, and so you're building relationships with people that will last much longer than your time at school, and so that's always exciting.
All right. Thank you, Mr. President.